Hey, 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 beautiful people. What's going on? It's your girl, Coach TaShon, your marriage communication coach, here live on YouTube, Facebook, and now on TikTok. Thank you all so much for joining me. First TLC coaching is being sponsored by Swag Her Magazine. So make sure you all go over to the page Swag Her Magazine, which is an ultimate media outlet. Listen, they are dynamic, so I really thank them for being a sponsor of TLC coaching. Again, welcome to the TLC community. Feel free to ask your questions in the chat and I will get to them afterwards and whatnot. But I am your girl, Coach TaShon, your marriage communication coach. And as I always tell you, every Monday, it is Marriage Monday. Go ahead and grab you a notebook, grab you something to take notes in, your pencil, your pad, whatever, your device, take notes, all right? Because this is where you get those free nuggets. This is where you get those free nuggets to help bridge the communication gap in your marriage 7 years plus. Now, even if you've been married 1 year, 6 months, or whatnot, it's okay. These you can still apply these. So I am here to make sure that you bridge or support you in bridging that communication gap. All right. So listen, it is a brand new week. It is the end of June, y'all. Can y'all believe that? Like this is the end week, the last week, and then we have a day Monday, and it is July. Woo! It is July. I don't know about y'all, but man, listen. When I was little, the seemed like the summer months or the months were just really slow, right? And now it seems like they speeding up. So listen, I do not complain about it. I'm just thankful that I am alive to witness it, right? Listen, it's a beautiful day here in the A. It is sunny, it is hot, it is summertime. So what do I always tell you? I am not complaining at all because I am so thankful that I am able to feel the heat. Yes, I am thankful. I am grateful. I am happy to feel the heat. Why? Because that means I'm alive. I'm alive. So I just and I'm grateful that I have some air so I can come on in and just chill. But it's hot outside. And y'all make sure you check on your elderly during the heat wave. There is a reported heat wave for Metro Atlanta area. So make sure you check on your elderly. Okay. All right, you guys. So listen, go ahead and get your notepad as we talk about marriage. I am again Coach TaShon, your marriage communication coach, here to bridge the communication gap in your marriage. Your marriage is not perfect, but it's perfect for you and your boo, right? And y'all are perfect for each other. But sometimes there is a gap in communication. Sometimes it hits a little challenge, and it's okay. It is a-okay, right? Most marriages go through that challenge, right? Of communication, and having that challenge of uh, the communication is not on point. Comprehension and communication is not on point. As always been said, if you've been following me, you understand that. What do I tell you? Your marriage is not over. I don't care what social media say. I don't care what folks say. Your marriage is not over. You just have a little slight bump in the road, right? And it's okay. That's why I'm here. So this week we're continuing our talk on how to grow closer. And this week we're talking about let that go so love can grow. Yeah, simple. And if you've been following me, what's the main message I always say? I don't like stress. So I'm not going to stress you as a coach, right? I don't want you to be stressed. So therefore, I'm not going to give you this long, drawn out stuff to do. It's simple. It's easy, you guys. Communicating with your boo is not complicated at all. We make it complicated. And I'm guilty. I am so guilty. I once did. I make communicating with my boo complicated, right? And it's not. It's not. It just requires some grace, some patience, some pride, like the literally patience, grace, all of that, right? And that's what we have to get back to because that's your boo. That's your boo. Like y'all in this thing together, all right? So listen, we're talking about letting that go so that love can grow, y'all. Number one, you ready? Go ahead and get your notes. Number one, releasing. Ooh, releasing ain't quitting. I want y'all to understand that releasing ain't quitting. Letting go of a behavior, belief, or blame game does not mean you're giving up. It means you're giving your marriage a fresh shot at peace. Y'all, say it with me. I want peace in my marriage. Say it with me. Write it down. I want peace in my marriage. So sometimes that means you're going to have to release some things. Now, don't get me wrong. That does not negate the fact that there's some issues that have gone on. And as I always say, I am your marriage communication coach. I specialize in moving forward. And if you have traumatic issues, things of that nature, infidelity, gambling, any issues that are deep rooted, that are traumatic, you need to seek marriage therapy, right? Marriage therapy, where they can dig deep, back in, like dig deep, right? But if you're ready to move forward and you're like, okay, you know what, we got some things that's going on, but I'm really ready to move forward. This is where the marriage coaching comes in. And this is where you're able to release some things because you want to move forward, right? And it does not mean that you're quitting. It does not mean that you're quitting. You're just letting go of some behaviors. Y'all, some of these behaviors that you brought into the marriage and you continued over because either your girlfriends them told you, your family them told you to keep doing some things, it ain't working. Remember, your marriage is your marriage. It's not your friend's marriage. It's not your folks' marriage. It's not your family's marriage. It's not Instagram's their marriage, right? It is your marriage. And sometimes we got to learn to let go of some of these beliefs. We got to learn how to let go of some of this blame game because that's all we're doing. We're just blaming each other. That's all we're doing, going back and forth. And you ain't getting nowhere. You're not. You're not getting anywhere when you continue the blame game. And enough is enough. If you're going to move forward in your marriage, enough is enough. At some point of time, you're going to have to say, you know what? It's time for us to release this. It's time for us to release and move forward. Because what is it if you are constantly rehashing memory or just reliving it, right? If you're constantly doing that, you don't have a solution. You're not moving forward. And so you're just going to continue with the blame game, just pointing back and forth, right? So again, the releasing ain't quitting. You're not quitting. You're just choosing peace and you're choosing to move forward. You're choosing to move forward. And let me tell y'all, the world that we're living in today, it does not want to move forward. Think people don't want to. Let me put it like this. Some people don't want to move forward, right? So they want to keep you in this cycle of just reliving the past and just saying, you know what? But he did this, but she did this, but like where you what is the outcome? For me and my household, the outcome is peace. I don't know about y'all's, but the outcome is peace. So if that's not your outcome, then I suggest strongly that you connect with a marriage therapist because there is something that's wrong. There's something that's wrong, right? Pebbles and sticks. I said I can't agree more. It's blame game. Like we got to get rid of that blame game. Got to get rid of that blame game, right? And again, it's not quitting. You're just choosing peace. That should be your end goal. I want to be peaceful with my mate. I want to be able to talk to my boo. I want to be able to comprehend what he is saying as my husband. I want to be out at the end of our night. I want to be able to kiss my boo, hug my boo, and say, you know what? We did this thing today. We got some things that we got to talk about. We got to get some things together, but we did this. And guess what? We're going to sleep this thing off. We're going to get up tomorrow, Lord's willing. We're going to get up and we're going to try this thing again because you my boo. I love you. That's what we're in this. We're in this thing together, right? So releasing ain't quitting, you guys. Letting go of a behavior, belief, or blame game does not mean you're giving up. It just means you're giving your marriage a fresh shot of peace. Say it with me. Write it down. Peace. Peace, 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 peace. All right. And if you are putting questions in the chat or whatnot, I will definitely get to them. So just hold tight. Don't go anywhere. We're going to continue this talk. All right. Number two, You can't heal what you hide. Avoiding the conversation doesn't erase the issue. We just got to bring it to the table gently and honestly. That's it. Remember, I'm saying it's not that you're dismissing what the conversation is, what you need to talk about, right? It just sometimes, like, you can't avoid the conversation, and it's not going to erase the issue. You just got to find that moment, that gentle moment. Sometimes it's not the right time to have that conversation. Sometimes it is not the right time. You don't know what's going on with, yes, you've been with your boo 7 years plus, but there are a lot of times there are some things that's going on with them that they are not ready to release or whatnot. And sometimes that conversation just have to take just a step back just for a quick moment. Just for a quick moment. But you can't heal what you hide. Right? So that means if you have an issue with your boo and you're like, you know what? I really need to talk to my boo or whatnot, but this is a pressing issue. You got to come to your boo in a gentle manner, you guys. A gentle manner. We talked about this last week. That tone, that sarcasm, all of that stuff, that's not cool with your partner. But you got to find that gentle. You got to have that conversation in the most gentle way possible, in an honest way. You can be honest and gentle at the same time. Did you know that? Did you know that really you could be honest and gentle at the same time with your boo, right? And again, you can let your boo say, you know what? We both did some things that was not beneficial to our marriage. And again, put this into your own language. This is just general talk, right? Put it in your own language. Hey, babe, we both did some things and it wasn't beneficial to our marriage, but I'm willing to move forward if you are. Let's do this thing. Now, again, this is not always associated with infidelity. It can mean a lot of things. It could be just mean, okay, I'm not sure about marriage. I'm trying to do the best that I know how. I'm a little confused on what marriage is, this, that, and the other. It's okay, y'all. It is okay. Everybody's learning this thing, right? So, but again, you could be honest in the most gentle form there is with your boo. With your boo, okay? You don't want to be brutal. You know how people say I was brutally honest and whatnot. I don't understand that, because again, this is your boo. Why would you be brutally honest with your boo? If anything, you want to be gentle. Be brutal out there, but inside your home, that safe space, remember, talk about that safe space. You want to be gentle. You want to be gentle with your boo. That's your babe. That's your one. Y'all are together. You don't want to be brutal, right? You want to change that language. You got to change that language in your marriage. Okay. So number two, you can't heal what you hide. Avoiding the combo doesn't erase the issue. Again, it does not erase the issue, but you just got to bring it to the table in the most gentle and honest manner. Just have that talk. Just have it. Do it over some ice cream. Do it over your favorite meal, right? But just have it in that safe space, because again, this is your babe. This is your babe, right? Y'all are in this thing together. Y'all have decided that we're gonna move forward, and but we still need to have a chat. We need to have a chat, and let's see what we can do. And if you're unable to resolve that issue, don't keep pressing it. It's going to resolve, but don't keep pressing it. You've made a decision that you're going to move forward, right? You made a decision that you're going to move forward. All right. All right. Number three, because I told you I don't hold y'all long. I don't hold y'all long because it's not complicated, right? Number three. Whew, y'all ready for this one? Stop rehearsing what hurt you. Woo! Stop rehearsing what hurt you. Every time you replay what your spouse did wrong, you reopen the wound. Let's learn how to talk it through, not tally it up. Again, there are many times that you may be offended by your partner, your spouse, right? So what you have to do, you have to learn how to deal with it at that time. You're going to have to learn there's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. And a lot of times we want it resolved overnight. And again, it could be anything, anything that hurts you. But once you make a declaration that you're going to move forward, that you're going to tackle this thing, you're going to remember, I said it doesn't erase what happened, but you have decided that you're going to move forward, right? So that means you can't keep rehearsing it. Once you make a declaration, once you say, you know what, and it could be after a year, 6 months, a month, or whatever the case may be. But once you make it up in your mind and say, you know what, this is my spouse, this is my husband, or this is my wife, and we're gonna do this thing together. We're gonna choose. We're choosing us. We're choosing us. We're gonna move forward. You cannot continue to rehearse that hurt, because all you're doing is just reopening the wound. You're just rehashing what happened, and you're never going to get, you're going to be on that hamster wheel that's going to continue to go in a circle all day, every day. How do I know? Because I did it. Yep. Mm-hmm. I told you. I ain't new to this. That's why I'm able to come and coach you. I'm not. I had to go through it myself. I had to learn myself. Like I was that person that if I did not forgive you and I was not forgetting, I was gonna make sure that you felt some type of hurt and pain, right? I'm just being honest as your coach. I understand, but there was also a situation. There were also situations where it's like, okay, I had to go see therapy, right? I couldn't resolve it on my own because there was something else that was traumatic with that, for me to continue to rehearse the same hurt over and over again until I got what I wanted, right? That called for therapy. That called for therapy, right? And so then after therapy, I'm like, oh, okay. So this problem was deeper than it wasn't, that was just the surface. Now I had to go deeper. So that's what the therapy did, right? So this is the same thing in your marriage. If there is something that is very traumatic, then you all both should seek the marriage couples therapy, right? But once you decide that you're going to, once you get that out the way, you're like, okay, we're in therapy or whatnot, then you decide we're going to move forward. That's when you say, okay, we're going to move forward. We're going to do this thing. We're going to do this thing. We're going to do this thing together, and we're going to keep it moving. And you can talk about it, but rehearsing it, stop rehearsing the hurt. Stop. You cannot continue. You can't have a thriving marriage if you're going to keep reliving the hurt, the offense at some point. And again, the offense is not always anything to do with infidelity. It could be simple as, I have heard marriages people are dealing with because they made a financial decision. That's a hurt, right? They made a decision with the children. They have made a decision to bring in their in-law to live with them. That can be offense, right? If you have not talked about it with your spouse and you just move your in-law in, your parent in, and not talk about it, like we will laugh about that and be like, oh, well, that's his mom or whatnot. He could do X, Y, and Z. However, did you talk to your mate about it? Did you talk to your wife about it? And more than likely you didn't. So now your wife is hurt because there was no conversation. So a lot of times we associate hurt with infidelity, right? That seems like to be the only hurt, but there are so many hurts that can happen in a marriage. Financial. Wifey just spent some money on something and did not share what it was, especially if y'all have a joint account, and it was something that was needed for the house and y'all didn't talk about it or whatnot. That can be an offense. That can be an offense, right? Being a caregiver, even though that's what's growing now, right? You still got to talk to your mate. It may be your parent that needs that care, right? And you're saying, well, that's my mama, that's my dad, or whatnot, and there's no answer if buts about it. you're right to a certain degree. You still have to talk. You still have to have that conversation with your spouse so that both of you all can be on one accord on what is to come. So if you just bring in your parent, that now that you got to become a caregiver, don't you know that changes the dynamics of your marriage? That changes the dynamics of your household. So now both of you looking at each other, you're stressed and you're like, okay, we didn't talk about anything. Well, we didn't. From the jump, we didn't talk about anything. So now you got tension that's rising, you got resentment that's setting in. You have all of these things. But again, that can cause hurt over time. So don't sit there and rehearse it. Go ahead and talk about it. But once you make that declaration and say, listen, that did hurt me when you did that, but I want to move forward in it. You got to stop rehearsing it. You got to stop rehearsing the hurt. Just bottom line. And is it easy? No, it's not. At first, it's not. But when you put these practices, these steps in place, meaning you got to practice this daily. What do I always say, TLC community? You got to practice this daily. Don't pick up the notebook and be like, yeah, Coach T said this was what you're supposed to. You got to put this in place daily. So when this comes up, then you can say, you know what? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. This is a little easier. What you say, Pebbles? Great insight. How do I stop repeating the same mistake? Let's say infidelity in my case. So good question. I want you to join me tomorrow for Talk It Out Tuesday. I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna show you how. That is a very good question because that is something again that is that hurt that can play in your mind, but there is a process. There is a process, right? And it's not going to happen overnight. There, and I can connect you with a infidelity recovery specialist, a coach, and so forth, where they specialize in that because again, it's a process and it is a hurt, and then it can replay. It can stay constantly in your mind. However, you also have the power to say, you know what, I want peace and I want to move forward. I want to move forward in my life. I want to move forward in my thoughts. That's always going to be. If you read my book, Woman on Fire, you will know that's always going to be in the back of your mind. However, you can get rid. You can get that. You can get that taken care of. So I want you to join me tomorrow for Talk It Out Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. And we'll talk about it. And again, let's connect. And I could give you the resources needed because again, at the end of your day, you want peace in your relationship, in your marriage. You want that peace, right? But it takes the both of you. You said my husband gets hurt when we talk about this, so I stop. Yes. Um, Husbands tend to, they will, because all they hear is blame, blame, blame. They're not ready to take accountability for it. And this is where you need that mediator, right? This is where you need that person to say, you know what, they can give you those steps for that because that is a big one, right? And so, yeah, your husband he's not ready to talk about it. And it's okay for right now. He's not ready to talk about it because you cannot force anybody. I don't care how lovey-dovey you are with your boo. You cannot force anybody to talk about something that they're not ready to. What you do is be ready for when they are. So that's one reason why the steps are so important for you to get yourself as that partner. You have to be ready for your spouse because there are some offenses that they may not be ready for, right? But you'll be ready. See, one of y'all will be up here, the other one be calm and chill when you get ready. So when your partner comes with, okay, I'm ready to talk about, and then you get ready to, you start thinking like, you know what, I'm good now. So I can talk about this with a level head. I can talk about this with a gentle heart. I can talk about this without rehearsing it in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, we sit there and both of us talking and you mad and they trying to get stuff out and you just all you thinking about is getting revenge. That's it. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That's what I was thinking about. I ain't got a sugarcoat. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, okay, I ain't hear nothing you said. I ain't hear nothing about no sorry, this, that, and other, right? All I want to know, how can I get revenge, right? That's how I was thinking. But once you calm down and once you know, like, okay, you know what? Let me get this out. And this is why I emphasize journaling. This is why I emphasize getting your notes so you can write this out. This is why I emphasize getting a couple's notebook so you can write this out, because sometimes you're unable to talk it out verbally. You can write it out. You can write it out. All right. We are looking at open relationship as we want to give each other the freedom. We acknowledge is a long time being married and really getting bored. Now that's a door that you have to ask yourself if you are ready for. You got to be ready for that, having that open relationship. If are you talking about poly type of relationship? I know there are different definitions, so you have to be really ready for it. And what I do suggest, because I don't coach poly and I don't coach those type of relationships, but I do tell people, because I've had some experience with the poly communicate community. I had someone on the show probably a couple of years back, and what people have to understand, that is a when you open that door, you have to be ready, both of you. And that's what I told a couple before. You have to be ready for that. So again, it still goes back to that communication. It still goes back to that communication, right? Again, and you have to be ready for it. So I would suggest that y'all really, really talk about it. And if you're able to connect with a marriage therapist, I'm a coach, so I can tell you how to show you how to move forward. But talk with a marriage therapist, and if you need one, I can suggest a few good reputable therapists for you. Because again, when you open that door to an open relationship, you have to be ready for it, right? You have to be, both of you, because it's not just the freedom part of it. It is a lot of responsibility of it with it too. Okay. So I want to make sure that you're in that clear space, knowing and whatnot. And remember, your marriage is your marriage. Whatever decision you make, you and your hubby, whatever decision you make, you got to be ready for it. Okay. So listen, if tonight reminded you that love can't grow with where pain stays planted, then this message was for you. I hope. Release isn't just for your spouse, it's for your heart. I want y'all to understand it's not just for your spouse, but it's for your heart. This week, we got to start this work. And again, this week, I want you to follow me, because I will share again how to start those conversations, and how to start that healing. Okay. Thank you. Listen, and one thing about me as a coach, this is a no judgment zone, you guys. I am faith based, but I also understand marriages go through. What's my favorite word, you guys? Go through trials and tribulations. It goes through trials and tribulations. And I have connected. I know thriving marriages, 10, 15, 20 years plus or whatnot. And if you join me this past weekend for our fireside chat, we had some amazing couples in our fireside chat, where there is a safe space where we talk about marriage. We talk about things that's pertaining to marriage, right? That is the basic basis of the TLC community and the TLC fireside chat. So I definitely want you to make sure that you connect with me at IamTrinetteLcollier.com/events. You can go ahead and register for a July session, which is free. It is free. It's free. It's free. It's July 19th at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is limited though. The spacing is limited, because again, I want that safe space. I'm all about that safe space, right? And it's not recorded. It's not, you don't have to worry about me sharing it out. No, 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 no. We had such a great time. It's only for an hour, but this past Saturday, we ended up standing on there till like 9 o'clock. The conversation was just that good. It was just that good, y'all. And I was like, yes, God, yes. It was good, you guys. It was good. So it's every month. This one's July. And on the website, you can sign up for whichever month, right? That you want to attend. But just go ahead and get your tickets because one couple already they got their tickets for the remaining of the year. That's how good it is. They got their seats, and it's only one registration for you and your boo. So you don't have to both it. You don't have to do it. Just one registration, right? And they get you in. So it's online. It's free. It's on Zoom or whatnot, but it's not recorded or anything. It is that safe space. All right. So again, if you need support, call me. Connect with me. Connect with me. Sign up on the website. I am TrinetteLCollier.com. And again, um, it's not hard, y'all. It's not hard. Marriage is not hard. Communicating with your boo is not hard. It's a blessing. Sometimes there's just a bump in the road. Sometimes. And with so much that's going on, you guys, we got to learn how to unify. We have to learn how to stay connected with each other, right? That's your boo. Y'all are in this thing together. Y'all been through some things, right? And you have to understand there are a lot of distractions that are happening now. I'm not going to preach to you. I'm just saying what I know. There are a lot of distractions to get people off their game in their marriage. Marriage is still thriving. People are still getting married. People are still married. Like I said, this past weekend, I'm sitting in the room with people who are married 25, 16, 17 years, 20 newlyweds, all of that, literally. Me and Boo, my hubby just celebrated 8 years, right? The world has changed. A lot of things have happened. And sometimes it can affect your communication with your boo sometimes. And it's okay. Does not mean that your marriage is over. We just got to get to the root of that thing, right? And that's where I come in. But I move forward now. I don't go backwards. I don't go backwards. Again, that's not dismissing what happened, but I don't go backwards. We're gonna move forward in this thing. Cause y'all got some great things to do. Y'all got some good things to accomplish. Did I say accomplish? See, accomplish. I got excited. You got some great things to do. You and your boo got some good things ahead of you, right? Right, coach? We got that. Listen, you got some good things going. Your marriage deserves to be shining, and but y'all are thriving. Sometimes again, marriages just go through some things. It just could be a season. It's a season. Thank you, Pebbles and Sticks. I listen. Please connect. Stay connected with me. Please stay connected. Thank you so much. Um, again, it's you go through. That's that key word, going through. That go through it. That means you're not stuck. You're not rehearsing, right? You're not rehearsing. You're making the declaration again to move forward. All right. Coach Sophia says, so long as we're still here, we have things. Yeah, as long as you and your boo are still here, y'all hear that, Callie? It's still here. Y'all got things to do. Y'all got things to do, believe it or not. Trust me. You're married, you're just going through, and that's the key word. And I want y'all to understand. I want you to write that down in your journal. You're just going through. It's just a season. It's just a season. Believe me, it's just a season. Your marriage is not over. And I want y'all to also understand some key points that I always make sure that I want to leave you all with. Your marriage is your marriage. It's not Instagram. It's not Facebook. It's not TikTok. It's not hashtag relationship goals. No. No, 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 no. Right? I tell anybody, my parents would have been married 50 some years. Both of them are deceased, right? But they would have been married 52 years. But their marriage was for them, my mom and dad. It's not my marriage. They gave me some foundational insight, right? They gave me some foundation on marriage and what it looks like in a sense. But again, I still have to have my own marriage with me and my husband, right? I can't do my mom and dad's marriage. I can't do my aunt and uncle's marriage. I can't do my cousins' them marriage. So you make sure that your marriage is yours. And again, y'all have some great things that's needed. The world needs to see good marriages out here. And that's what I do. I'm an advocate for good, healthy marriages, right? And again, you just have to have vision for it. And it's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's not. It's gonna be a process, you guys. It's gonna be a process. I know what Instagram doesn't make you feel like. They make you feel like you got an issue. Let's get rid of it. Boom, and let's go ahead and take some pictures. And boom, let's go take some trips. Da, 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 da. No, no. Wish I could tell you like that. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. But it is a process, and you can move forward with it. I can't tell you that. I don't guarantee nothing as a coach, but I can tell you can be successful in it, but you got to do the work. Bottom line. I can give you all the steps, the strategies, the tools and the resources, but ultimately you got to do the work. And that's why I say you got to get this journal. You got to write down the notes. You got to come on in Marriage Mondays and talk it out Tuesdays and join a fireside chat. Those are the tools and resources. But you got to do the work. You got to do the work. All right. So listen, stay connected with me. I am TrinetteLCollier.com. I really appreciate you all supporting me. Join the fireside chat. It is free. It is free. I am TrinetteLCollier.com/events. Go on there and you can go ahead and sign up for whichever ones you want to. They are listed on the website. So if you can't make it for July, look at your calendar. Get your calendar. It's a virtual date night. Say, boo, we got a date night on the 19th of July. We're gonna do this. Which say 39 years in, whoop, and it's still a process. That's what I'm talking about. Woo, 39 years in. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. She said 39 years in, and it's still a process. That's what I'm talking about. It's still a process, you guys. But you made a commitment with each other and you say, we're going to do this. And y'all stop putting pressure on your partners. Stop putting pressure on your spouses. Please, please. Something I had to learn too as a wife. As a wife, I had to learn that. I can't put what you do. I'm a praying woman. I pray for my husband. I pray for my marriage. And that's something that you all have got to do as well. You got to pray for your marriage. You got to pray for your boo. Listen. I come from a praying family. I'm talking on both sides. And that's all I know how to do is pray, right? So and again, it's a process. She just said it, 39 years in. Woo, hands down, God bless you. Because this is 8 years. And I'm looking forward to 39. I'm looking for 18 years. I'm looking for 28 years, 38 years for however the good Lord has. I'm looking forward to that. Right? You got to have that vision. But it's also a process. It's a journey. It's you and your boo's journey. Don't ever forget that. That's y'all's journey. It ain't my journey. It ain't your parents' journey. It's not your family's journey. It's not your friends' them journey. It's your journey, you and your boo. Okay? So I really pray and hope that this helped someone again. Going back, number one, releasing ain't quitting. Letting go of that behavior, those beliefs, or blame game does not mean you're giving up. Okay. So release. We're releasing this stuff this week. Okay. Number two, you can't heal what you hide. So avoiding the conversation doesn't erase the issue. We just got to bring it to the table in the most gentle and honest way. All right. Number three, stop rehearsing what hurt you, you guys. And I know it's hard, but it's not hard. We just got to put forth an effort and we got to understand it's a journey, it's a process. Stop rehearsing. Every time you replay what your spouse did wrong, you reopen that wound. You reopen it. All right. You got to learn how to talk about it. You got to learn through it. And you gotta go through it. That healing is going to take place. It's going to take place. All right. What did you say, Pebbles? But how do you ladies remain loyal to your hubbies? That's a good question. Again, you have to have systems in place. And again, what it for me is faith based, right? And so again, it requires more than just talking about it. It requires more than it's action steps behind it, but you also have to understand that those action steps is going to be a process in it, right? It's not going to be overnight. And the reason why I keep stressing overnight, because a lot of times we people feel like, oh, okay, I talked about it now. My husband, or supposed to comprehend it and understand it right there and there, and now we can move on. Da da da. No, it sometimes it's going to take weeks. Sometimes it'll take months. Sometimes it'll take a year or so. It requires patience. It requires. Now, again, this does not equate to abusive relationships. If you're in a physical abusive relationship, get out. Make your exit plan, right? That is something I do not coach. I do not preach about. I do not. No, 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 no. You cannot change a person. If you are in those types of situations, abusive relationships, I tell you, you cannot change a person. So you have to seek help. But what I'm talking about, if there are some offenses, again, as I mentioned earlier, those are some things that you have to ask yourself, I want to forgive. And forgiveness, you guys, I know that's another segment, that's another topic really that we're going to talk about. And I need to write this down because it's so much that we can talk about, right? But forgiveness and that rehearsing, um, it does come, it goes hand in hand, because you do have to make it up in your mind that I'm going to start forgiving. And the forgiving process, again, it's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. It's a daily walk, daily forgiving your spouse, daily making an effort to say, you know what, they made a mistake and we're going to get over this. It's a lesson out of this. And we have to, sometimes we have to understand that the mistakes, you get a lesson, there's a lesson out of it, right? And so you learn from it, you grow. That's why I say you're growing together, right? So there is a lesson in that. So you have to look at that. And again, it takes the both of you all. And you're gonna have to hash this thing out over some popcorn, ice cream. Listen, we in this thing. What we doing? Cause what we doing? You don't want to sleep in the bed tonight. You can go on and get on the couch or whatnot. But what we doing? We gonna do this thing. It's so easy to throw your marriage away. It's so easy to throw your spouse away. It is very easy. I talk about it in my first book, Woman on Fire. I talk about it. It's easy. It's easy to go to get a divorce or whatnot. But it's a journey when you decide to say, hey, I'm going to do this. Me and my spouse. Now, both of you have to want it. Both of you, and they do. You and your boo want it. You and your boo want it. You just don't know how to do it, right? And sometimes that's the issue. You just really don't know how. And that's why I say you cannot rehearse the wound. At some point, you got to let it go. Some point, you got to release it. You got to release it. And releasing only is hard when you keep saying it's hard. It's hard to release. It's hard. Listen to the words you just said. Literally, listen to the words you just spoke. It's hard. What if you change those words around? You know what? Yesterday was a little challenging in releasing this stuff from my mind, but guess what? I'm gonna do it again today. I'm a brain dump. And one of my brain dumping techniques that I talk about is just dumping it, getting that notebook and just writing it all out. I'm a writer. And so one of my strategies that I use for couples is journal writing. Yes, even husbands, journal writing. I know what society said. Don't know man writing no journal. Yes, you do. Yes, y'all do. Men are writing in journals all the time, right? Put it. If you're still rapping, but release it in the rap. I'm serious. You got to release that. You got to dump it out of here, right? So this is something I encourage couples to do. That's why I emphasize get you a journal, get you a marriage notebook. All right. What did you say? Angela, you have to ask yourself, if he or she doesn't change, can you still stay in the relationship and be happy? Listen, she just said it right here. Angela, 39 years, she said, you have to ask yourself, if he or she doesn't change, can you still stay in the relationship and be happy? And you do have to have that honest conversation with yourself. You have to go into prayer and ask yourself, can I still be happy in this relationship? Because let's be honest, some spouses don't want to change. They are comfortable. They're good, right? And then that's when you have to kind of reevaluate your marriage. You have to reevaluate some things. But you have to ask, and that's that hard conversation you have to have. And that's why I suggest that you get that journal, you write that stuff out. Because when you hold it up here, you're thinking, guess what happens? It gets cluttered. Your mind just gets cluttered with everything else. So you're unable to think straight, right? You're unable to make any wise decisions, clear decisions. And that's why I say you got to brain dump it. You got to brain dump it. And when you can see it, when you lay it out in your journal, when you write it out, you can see it clearly. It's clear, right? So you have to make sure, again, like she said, you have to ask yourself, if he or she does not change, can you still stay in a relationship and be happy? Because what I say, at the end of your day, at the end of y'all's day, the end goal is that peace. You want to be happy. You want to be joyful. You don't want to be stiff and around your boo. You don't want that. You don't want to be tiptoeing on eggshells. You don't know. And rely on your faith, you guys. Rely on your faith. Rely on your faith. I rely on God to talk to me and show me what is needed for my marriage, right? I because again, I had to learn some things. That's why I say I'm a transparent coach. I had to learn some things in order for me to bring them to you. I was once that person, like again, I wanted revenge, because I kept rehearsing the hurt. I rehearsed it over and over again to the point where I was making myself sick. I'm making myself sick over something that hurt me, right? And he like, okay, what's wrong with you? And I'm like trying to get my point out, like, do you not realize? Okay. And that's when I had to step back. And that's what I had to ask myself. If this person doesn't change, if my husband doesn't change, can I still be in this relationship happy? Can I still be thriving? Can I still function? Right? And that was that hard conversation. So again, I still had to learn. I had to learn some things, right? And then my husband had to learn some things. So we both had to learn it, right? But I had to also say, I can't rehearse this. So you have to take a step, but you cannot rehearse this. And that's when you have to make that declaration. I'm gonna move forward. We ain't gonna rehearse this. We ain't gonna keep this right here. We gonna deal with it. And guess what? We gonna it's done and over with. It's in that sea of forgiveness. It's done and over with. And be done. And you move forward. Because again, your marriage, y'all got a lot of things that you got going on. You got some things that you got to get out here to the world. You got to listen. Your marriage deserves the best of both of you, right? You can do that. You can do that. Y'all stop listening to all these other folks. Y'all hear me plugging myself in. Listen, I'm not the only expert on here. I just tell you what I know. Your girl got some experience. I done been through some things, right? So that's why I'm here to tell you and share what truth that I know that for you. Again, your marriage is thriving. You just hit a little communication bump in the road. That's it. That's it. Marriages go through. That's the key word, go through. Okay? So listen, if you enjoyed this, let me know. Drop me some hearts. Go ahead and sign up. Connect with me on IamTrinetteLcollier.com. Subscribe to my YouTube. I am Trinette L. Collier. Subscribe to the social media platforms all across the platforms. I am Trinette L. Collier, and I have some freebies, some resources on my website on communication and marriage. Sign up for the fireside chat for July. The next session is July 19th. It is going to be dynamic, but spaces are limited. When I say limited, it's I think I only have open for like 7 to 10 couples. So one couple has already, actually, I think it's two couples have already signed up for the remaining of the year. Y'all, you don't want to miss this dope TLC community. You don't want to miss it, right? And I have some other activities that's coming up if you're in the Atlanta area. So stay connected. But listen, tell me what you want as a married couple. Tell me what things you want to talk about as it relates to communication. How to say, Coach T, I'm not sure how to communicate this with my boo. Can you get? Do you have any insight on it? Do you have something for me? And we're gonna do this thing because again, we're in this thing together. The world, we got enough stuff that's going on, y'all, out here. But inside your home, make it a peaceful home, make it that safe space. You want to live in happiness. Your spouse wants it as well. Your boo wants it. And wives, I'm talking to my wives. Y'all we gotta stop putting this pressure on our husbands. We gotta stop listening to Instagram and all of them. Uplift your husband. Please do. In this season, you got to stick behind your husband, right? Your husband is a good dude. He's a good dude. Y'all wouldn't be together this long if he wasn't, right? He got some things that's going on. It's yeah, we all do. We all do. But stick behind your husband. Uplift, okay? I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. I'm just coming to you wholeheartedly as your coach and just a friend. And stick behind. And husbands, do the same thing with your wives. Yes, the grass look real green on that side over there. It look real green. Turf color green, right? But guess what? You can have the same green yard. You got to water it. You got to participate. You got to talk. You got to talk, but we got to make that safe space. We got to come back home. We got to make our spaces safe. We got to. We got to make our spaces safe, y'all. Okay? So let's make sure we do that. And again, stay connected with me. Stay connected. All right. So again, I hope and pray that this message, Marriage Monday, you know, could resonate with you, learn something from it. And again, y'all, your marriage is not over. That's all I gotta say. Your marriage is not over. You and your boo in this thing, y'all in this thing together. 6 years, 7 years, 17 years, 27 years. You hit a little communication bump challenge. It's okay. It's okay. It's not over. Okay. So make sure again, I am your girl, Coach TaShon, your marriage communication coach. All right. And tomorrow is Talk It Out Tuesday. So stay connected with me as I show you how we're gonna put this together, right? We're gonna go let go. I'm gonna show you how we can let go. Okay. Uh-oh. I'm gonna show you how to let go and so that we can grow. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. All right. So until tomorrow, I love you all. Peace.